Just flag for you. Last week, the House passed a right to try bill. This is something that libertarian callers have called in and talked to me multiple times. And what this is that, and I should tell you, of course, it is pushed by the Koch brothers and the Arizona-based Goldwater Institute. It would cut the FDA out of the approval process for drugs administered to terminal patients. On top of that, except for in extreme cases of negligence, it would bar the FDA from using any data from these experiments on terminally ill patients to enhance drug safety. So in other words, like, okay, and we'll talk in a moment about what qualifies for a terminally ill patient. But we're going to give this terminally ill patient this drug. Oh, it killed them the next day. The FDA is no longer, would not be allowed to record that in terms of future studies as to whether or not the drug was safe.
Fake trials.
Honestly, I'm not, I mean, it's...
Take it for a road test, say.
So if the drug sickens or kills the patient, the FDA is specifically barred from recording that fact.
Yeah, you're already sicker than a refugee when you tried it. I love Jimmy Stewart, Koch brothers.
And the idea is that there's a lot of concern, as expressed in the New England Journal of Medicine, that you're going to extend this. You're going to go from terminal patients to chronically ill patients to just patients.
Try it on everybody. Who cares?
The measure would allow patients with irreversible terminal illnesses to try any drug that has passed its phase 1 clinical trials under FDA rules. Phase 1 is super, I want you to think of like a sieve. And then I want you to think of like just a iron bars. That's how wide you can pass through on phase 1, right? Like, is it administrable? Okay, you've passed phase 1. The bill would cover patients who are mortally ill or who have exhausted approved treatment options. Not clear what that means. Or who cannot participate in an FDA-approved clinical trial because participation is not feasible.
They're tired of doing human testing in Africa.
It's
That's what this means.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, also, here's the good news. 0 liability lawsuits.
Well, naturally.
For the manufacturers, sponsors, physicians, clinical investigators, and hospitals that participate in this existing expanded access program.
Bingo. Everything's covered. Do you remember this reminds me?
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Sorry, we wanted it to cure your cancer, and what it ended up doing, make you bleed from every pore you have. Sorry.
So he's going to be all better or all not good.
He was all dead anyway. So.
Do you remember the woman who said, this was years ago, it's still one of my favorite libertarian moments, and you pulled out the Ralph Nader thing on her, the Pinto?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, but did they tell people that their gas tanks might blow? The defense was it was like, hey, save a country bucks. You might literally get incinerated.
You might get incinerated.
Yeah, you know what? God damn it. Thanks for the deal. I love capitalism.